Go go ahead. What are you doing, Anthony? Uh,
You are live.
mhm.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another session of Premier Destinies Q&A. We meet every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining us today for this Q&A session. And we have a question from Charles in Orlando, Florida. But before I go into the question, let me just tell you a little bit about Paul and I. We are from Premier Destiny, and we are transformational experts. Okay, we are coaching individuals and business owners to go from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Okay, in their endeavors, in their personal lives and business lives and so forth. So feel free to send in your question. Maybe yours we're answering next week. All right. We believe that life is abundant. Okay. And everyone deserves to live a life of success and prosperity. Okay, so this is our platform. Feel free to jot down a question right here on the chat if you have any. But if not, you can send your question to support@premierdestiny.com. Okay, or follow us on our social media platforms, or you can ask your question as well. So today's question is from Charles, and his question is, let me read it so I don't misquote him. He says, "What are some effective techniques for managing stress and maintaining a healthy mindset while running a business?" After reading Charles's email, he is in business for himself and is currently trying to figure out how to relieve the stress that usually comes along with running a business. I mean, life can be stressful, whether for an individual or a business owner. All right. So we're going to help Charles today by giving him some tips, some strategies to help alleviate the stress and for him to maintain a healthy mindset so that he can run a successful and extraordinarily successful business. Okay. So Paul is going to get started with us, but before I bring on Paul, I would just like to let our viewers today know that running a business can be challenging. Paul and I have been running our home care business for over 21 years. So we are well aware of the challenges that come up that can be very stressful. Okay. But with the proper mindset and applying the strategies and tips, some of which we're going to be sharing with you today, you can manage the stress level and you can actually eliminate stress in certain areas and maintain a healthy mindset so you can run your business successfully. So I'm going to bring on Paul now to start off by giving us some tips or strategies on how to minimize or eliminate stress and maintain a positive mindset or healthy mindset to run a successful business. So over to you, Paul.
Thank you, Joan. Greetings, folks. Greetings. We're so delighted to have you join us here today. Um, and thank you, Charles, for sending your question.
Yes.
Uh, Stress, like Joan talked about, and challenges are going to come up. I mean, I think life is stressful, right? Life itself is stressful. So when you you add onto it running a business and a successful business at that, it just complicates and makes the situation even much more challenging.
Mm.
But the good news is that Charles and the vast viewing audience out there, we can all get over it, right? We
Mhm.
can all overcome, right? The strategies that you can apply, that we have applied, that can help you, Charles, and help everyone else out there that may be in business for themselves or be facing similar challenges. Get over the hump. Um, One of the things I'll suggest for you, Charles, and our audience is practice mindfulness. Okay, incorporate mindfulness exercises such as meditation, deep
Okay.
breathing techniques into your daily routine. These practices can help you stay present, reduce stress, and cultivate a healthier mindset. Folks, it's all about the mind. One of the things I do on a regular basis is that in the morning I like to spend some, half an hour or so, just some quiet time for me. just some quiet time for me where I sit and just kind of clear my mind.
Mm,
Okay, and I'm in a grateful moment. I thank Almighty God, and that's my faith, and uh, for the blessings that I have. I mean, I just recognize my blessings, and just thank God for the day, for the moment, right? And appreciate that moment. Just settle in that, just let that sit in for a little bit. Have some quiet time. That's gonna help you,
mm,
because it just calms down. You kind of know that during that period for me is my own private time, if you will. Okay. It can be a half an hour, it can be 45 minutes, it can be up to an hour for me
mm,
sometimes. And that's my time for me to just relax and be myself and just calm down, right? Let the rest of the world go where it wants to go, but that's my time. That'll help you because at least you're in control of that period of time.
yeah.
That'll definitely help you, Charles. Another thing you may want to do, Charles, is delegate and prioritize tasks. Okay, you might want to,
Mm,
just like I said, delegate some tasks to capable team members. Okay, and have them do certain things, and you do certain things. Okay, so you're not a jack of all trades, as I said, right? Give things that tasks in your business that may not be of urgent matter, or you might want to just turn that over to some other folks in your team that can help you there, and you take on
mm,
certain other tasks that you must do, right? That'll lessen the load some. So I would certainly do that. I would certainly do that. Another thing you may want to also do is incorporate some breaks in the course of your day. All
mm,
right. You don't want to just work an 8 hour day straight through. You know, it'd be good to mix it up a little bit. Okay. I mean, maybe have meetings in between. Maybe for me, what I do a lot of times is I work in 90 minutes increments is what I try to do. Half an hour to 90-minute increments is what I do. Okay. And in between, I go out to, step in meetings. I take a break, go out, I don't eat my lunch in the office. I'm going to go out to the bank or go, or go to some store, whatever I gotta do. And that's my time to just exhale, get away from it all,
mm,
right? And then when I come back, I can then take on the rest of the day. So it depends on how you might want to do it. But I would strongly encourage breaking your day so that it does not become monotonous, right?
mm,
Same old, right? You're able to just get away a little bit and then come back. Um, you might also want to consider setting some boundaries, all right? Set clear boundaries between work and personal life. Allocate specific times for work and ensure you have dedicated moments for self-care, family and leisure time. I
mm,
mean, take a break. Carve out some time for yourself and your family so that when you get to you get home from work, you feel like you feel like you can not worry about work, right? Because you don't want to be in a situation where you're working all the time. Okay, because that right there is a recipe for burnout. That's not only going to stress you, it's going to burn you out. But if you say, listen, from this time to this time, I'm working. When you get home, you can relax a little bit, whatever, do some reading,
mm,
I mean, do some exercise. I'm sure John is probably going to talk about that. And just clear your mind. You feel like your day has ended, you
mm,
know, that would help you. That would go a long way towards helping you. I would also add seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out for support from mentors, fellow business owners, or professional networks. It's important to be part of that. Discussing challenges, sharing your experiences, and seeking advice can alleviate your stress and provide a fresh perspective, okay, and what you're going through. We like to network with people that are do what we do and
mm,
kind of see how, hear how they're seeing it, right? Get a perspectives, okay? I mean, if we can't go to lunch, maybe call from time to time, see what's going on, okay? Because that'll help you. It's because it can be a lonely walk too sometimes. It can be a challenging and lonely walk sometimes, but it helps to know that you have the support out there, the folks, other business people who are doing what you're doing and can share the experience with you. So I think those should be able to help you, Charles. Okay, I'm going to turn over to Joe now to give us some more tips that she may have.
Thank you, Paul. Those were great tips. Charles, I hope you can put those into practice. Believe me, just starting with those that Paul has mentioned already will take you a long way. All right. I would just like to add to what Paul has said already, and I'd like to emphasize. Paul talked about the aspect of work-life balance, setting boundaries. having been in business for over 21 years as a couple, we have seen this firsthand and why it's extremely important that you set boundaries. And am I going to say it's easy? Believe me, it's not that easy, but you can do it because, Charles, I don't know if you have a team or you're starting out by yourself, especially if you're starting out by yourself. It's like you want to do everything. Okay, you take it from work, bring it home, but it's very, very important that you set boundaries. We get home sometimes, and over dinner I mean, this was in the early days, we're still talking about business. Sometimes we still do, but we have learned to set boundaries, right? To do things that would take our minds off our main business, at least for that time, so that we can feel like we have a break. Paul talked about having breaks. Okay. It's very, very important. Otherwise, the burnout will be there, the stress will be there. You're going about, thinking about work all day. It's not healthy. It doesn't promote that healthy mindset that you need to run a successful business. Okay. Paul also talked about seeking support. It's very important. Now, if you are starting out as a solo on your own, it can be challenging. But guess what? Today, because of the internet, right, we have access to a lot of resources out there. There are now so many virtual companies. Again, you have to make sure you're sourcing the right ones, right? You have to do your due diligence. But there are so many of them out there now that are very affordable. So you can seek the support of a virtual company or service to help you do the mundane or maybe the basic administrative tasks so that you can have more time to focus on the things that you are expert at, or you feel are your strengths, if I
Or
may
deserve your
say,
attention.
or deserve your attention more. Okay, that can help alleviate the stress. Okay, so please, I hope that will be something that you consider if you are solo, and even if you're a couple or you have an established enterprise or business already. These are companies that are, you know, can help you do those tasks, like I said, those daily routine,
For cheaper too.
less expensive, isn't cheap,
Absolutely.
less expensive or more affordable for you to start out. And then as you get used to them, you get to understand, you see the quality of the services that they provide. You can engage them to take even more challenging tasks and free yourself more to do things that only you know how to do best, right? So that is something I like to
And
add there.
I would say that's a big part of outsourcing, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. So Paul already talked about self-care. I mean, you cannot have a healthy mindset without self-care. It's just not going to work. So he gave some tips about meditation, setting some time for mindfulness, gratitude, self-care as in exercise, just taking time for yourself, taking time to think. Many of us don't think. I mean, just information that bombards us daily is not thinking. We're just processing information. We're not thinking. We have to be purposeful. We have to be proactive. We don't just let the information come into us, whether we want it or not, right? We have to make time, set aside time to think about what we're thinking, think about what will take us further into our business, okay, to the next level. So all of that is self-care. Okay. um, Paul talked about foster positive relationships, get support from a mentor. It could be from an association for the company or no, your industry, right? We are in the home care industry, so we have many associations like the Home Care Association of America, you know. So whatever your industry is, seek out those associations, those organizations that offer training sessions, seminars, and webinars, conferences, and
Networking.
networking and participate, right? Join them so you can get help from your colleagues who are in the same space, the same industry as you. All right. So try to foster those positive relationships and surround yourself with people, colleagues in the same business like yourself, or other entrepreneurs or individuals. all right, who will root for you. And don't forget to celebrate small wins. As business owners, sometimes we are so focused on the big goal, the A goal or the C goal, whatever you want to call it, that we don't take time to actually acknowledge what we've done, how far we've come. It's very important for your mindset, because when you can take a moment and look back at your goals that you've hopefully broken down into smaller pieces, and recognize the successes that you've accomplished along the way, it helps fuel you. It helps give you um, that momentum to keep going, no matter the challenges or the stresses. So take time to pat yourself on the back, on the shoulder, and say, hey, at least I did this, right? That again encourages you. It promotes that positive mindset. Okay, I did it, so I can do more kind of attitude. Okay, stay organized. It's very, very important. I know sometimes as a business owner, we have our business plans, we have our strategies, but how many times do we go back to look at them, to look at the goals that we set, the strategies, right, that we had set before, which we may need to change? Okay. So we need to have systems in place that are going to keep us organized, keep us going back to review our policies and procedures, our strategies, our goals, and make changes as need be. So it's very, very important. This will help alleviate a lot of stress, because you don't feel like you are just quenching fires every time. When you have a plan and you're following that plan, you know what to do next. So you're not dealing with emergencies all the time. They're going to come, but then you kind of you mitigate those emergencies. All right. Very important. Practice positive self-talk. This will take you a long way, help you go a long way in maintaining not just a positive mindset, but also a healthy mindset, which is very, very important. Positive mindset. This is inner dialogue, like this. I want to say dialogue, I want to say monologue that you have with yourself, right? You are, no matter what the situation is, you don't declare what you see. You don't, you try to minimize your senses, what your senses are trying to push out to you, or what you're seeing. For a business owner, maybe your revenue is not following what you had projected. And you're like, oops, how am I going to meet my payroll? How am I going to pay the mortgage or the rent? Things like that. Try not to stay on that type of dialogue, okay, or monologue. Declare, say positive things. I can do this. I did it last month. I'm going to do better this month. I am able to attract the clients that I need. I'm able to attract the business that I need. I have the revenue that I need to pay all my expenses with ease. Try to practice positive self-talk. Okay. That will also help to build the mindset, the positive mindset that you need to help you move forward. Because when you start looking at that bank statement, you start looking at the P&L, which may not be where you would like it to be. Believe me, we've been there, so we know what we're talking about. It can be very stressful. Okay, learn to shift your eyes from that negative number that you don't want to see, and project. Look at what you would like to see. That is where your vision board comes in. That's where visualization comes in. That's when your imagination comes in. All right, to see what you need to see and stay focused on what you would like to see at the end of the day. So it's very important to practice positive self-talk, and there's a lot that comes along with that. If you need more information, feel free to reach out to us. Okay, so to wrap up here, we know running a business can be challenging and very stressful. Life itself, like Paul mentioned earlier, can be stressful. So many things are thrown at us on a daily basis. Right? But again, if you are able to practice some of these tips, this what we've mentioned here is not an exclusive or exhaustive list, right? There's a whole lot more. But if you're able to put some of these simple tips that we've shared with you today, I think you'll go a long way. I think it was Frank. Was it Frank?
Charles.
Charles, to help alleviate stress,
Mhm.
okay, and maintain a positive mindset. So don't give up. Don't Don't stop looking at your big goals. Okay. Don't stop focusing on your goals. Hopefully, you have a vision board. Hopefully, you have your goals set out. Hopefully, you have a plan, business plan, and strategies that you're following to help you stay organized. Okay. Again, if you need help with those areas, we are here to help you, um, help you get organized, help you set your business plan and strategies and things like that. Okay. So at this point, Paul, do you have any closing
Yes.
um,
Let me just
tips
add that.
or suggestions for Charles?
Let me just add that, Charles. You can do it. You've got what it takes to make it happen. Having been in the business, home care business, as Joan talked about, for 21 years plus,
Mhm.
we can tell you that you can find a way to work around if you use the strategies that we've just laid out for you. Okay, so just get out there, be positive, and just go for it. You can make it happen. I mean, it's something you can turn around. I mean, you have a passion for serving, for running your business. You can make it happen. You can make it happen. I think if you go out there with a positive mindset, using following the strategies that we've laid out to you here, um, it can work for you. Okay, because it's we've
Absolutely.
all been through, we've all been there. Um, in closing, folks. We encourage you to follow us to learn more about what we do here. We encourage you to hop on our website, premierdestiny.com. You can also contact or email us at support@premierdestiny.com. It's premier with an E. Okay. We'll see how we can help you delve more into these concepts and help you achieve your goals even faster. All right.
Absolutely.
And the other, we don't want to forget also, we have an upcoming free masterclass on Saturday, June the 17th.
Yes, this
Okay,
this Saturday,
yeah, this Saturday coming up, June 17th, from 10 a.m. from
11.
11 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so just hop on our website, Premier with an E, premierdestiny.com, and you'll be able to get on there. You can do research pages on there.
On our social media platforms as
Correct,
well. You see this, if you're on Eventbrite, you can go to Eventbrite. The title is Yes to Your Vision.
correct. So
Okay.
hop on there, folks, and we'll be able to share some more of these concepts we've talked about today. We'll go deep on a lot of different things, but that's what this is. It's a free masterclass on Zoom, and be sure to join us.
All right, folks, that's it for today. So we hope to chat with you again. May not be next week, right? May not be next week.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll let the folks
All
know.
right. So that's it for today. Bye bye. Until
Bye.
next time. Bye
All right.
bye.
Have a good day. Bye bye.